Check, check, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We should be live. I hope that we're live. We are back. Welcome to Get Hear My Voice because I've got Blaze going. Okay, that's good. The audio's working. My name is Icy Gaming. We are back on a beautiful Tuesday, April 21st, and super excited to be back. It's been a minute. So I hope that you guys are well. We are live on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Blaze. Big shout out to all of the sponsors that make this show possible, including YGG Play. If you guys have not checked in on YGG Play, we'll bring them up right there. There we go. Big shout out to NFT Munchies, breaking down the new DGen mode on Giga Chad Bat, where you can stake your Chad tokens, reach Little League, and start DGenning with a whole bunch of multipliers and incredible stuff over there. Big shout out to the boy Munchies. We've got an exciting interview for you today. Actually, let me pull up that tweet as well. My guy Roarin AI and Nico. I'm just waiting for my screen to load. My goodness, Twitter has been so bad lately. Crazy. Let's bring that back up. Super excited for today's conversation. AI monsters that can actually trade. What does that mean? We are going to find out with that handsome Chad right there, Nico from Roarin AI. He is backstage. So without further ado, let's just get him on stage and learn about Roarin and what he's doing. So with that said, and without further ado, Nico, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing?
What's up? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Doing fantastic. Thank you once again so much for taking the time, for reaching out and wanting to come on the show, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here to be on the show.
Yeah.
Following you for a while, so pumped to just kind of like get out what we've been working on for so long, and yeah, just love to chat about it.
Yeah, man. So like, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Like, where are you from? How long have you been building? Before we get into Roaring AI, I want to hear like a little bit about your background.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been in crypto for like 10 years. I most recently was the CTO of a company called ZTX. It was a social metaverse platform.
Yeah. I remember them.
Yeah. So I was there, and then prior to that, I was in DeFi on Cosmos. So I built the first bridge from ETH to Cosmos and back and forth. And I was before, like, we had Wormhole and Layer Zero and all this stuff. Who GG's after the last 48 hours. It's kind of rough.
It's been wild.
Yeah, and then did some TradFi stuff in for Citibank back in like 2017 with Hyperledger, and just the weird and wonderful of crypto for the last 10 years. So I'm kind of like an old man in crypto at this point.
I mean, dude, if you've been in crypto for like more than 2 years, I think we're all OGs and veterans, and like, that's cool, man. That's cool. So, are you based in the States? Are you abroad?
Yeah, so I'm West Coast. I'm Seattle. Had some moved back recently. Was in Puerto Rico for like 5 years. But always been on the West Coast between San Francisco and Seattle. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. There's great game development studios in Seattle. I was lucky at the time, to fly out to Seattle and visit the Shrapnel Studios, which was like, I was like blown away being at like a real game studio and just seeing out like all the different departments and everything. And Seattle's it's got its rough parts, but it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, Blanco's the Mythical's office. Yep. Like massive here. It was really cool. Last time I was here. Yeah.
Shout out to Mythical. They actually just DM'd me today. We're gonna get them on the show in a week or two. So excited about that. Nice. Brother, let's talk about Roarin. Let me try and pull this up on the screen here. This is the game layer for prediction markets. What's the backstory here? When did you start developing this? How did it kind of come to be?
Yeah. So my co-founder and I have been working on this like idea of a project for many, many years. And we started out as a sports, so basically Courtyard in the last cycle, like in before Courtyard was what it is today.
Yeah.
We started as a platform where you could basically digitize traditional sports memorabilia. So my co-founder Brett and I have always been huge collectors. Like I got a stack of Pokemon cards I just pulled, but right behind me.
Nice.
We've been huge collectors and super into gaming and super into sports and obviously into crypto. And so we started with sports memorabilia, trying to get that on chain, and we were a bit early. And we've been tinkering with like trading tools and prediction market tools over the last couple of years, and really kind of found footing around the holidays last year. So we started Roran as a prediction market trading agent. This was like before OpenClaw was super popular. So we built out this system where you could come in, you could grab a player, as we called them, and you could deploy it, and your player was an agent. And the way it worked, because football season is big, and football season's like one of the largest sports betting seasons of the year. You would basically look at the discrepancies between Vegas odds books and odds makers. So you have your FanDuels, you have your MGMs, your Caesar, all that stuff. And we would compare where there were opportunities there with what we saw on prediction markets. We ran that for a while. What ended up happening is that there were times where there weren't enough prediction markets and there wasn't enough liquidity on certain markets to run profitable strategies. So we were tweaking it, and then OpenClaw came, and Twitter just flooded with like, here's how to make money with OpenClaw. Here's how to make money with OpenClaw. Deploy your own agent, blah, blah, blah. And so Brett, so my co-founder, a little bit about him. So he's one of the OGs of like actual gambling. He was the CEO of Bally's Group, if you've ever been to like a Bally's casino.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He started, basically started online poker, and was the founder of Club WPT, which eventually sold. And if you play poker, like real money poker online, he's a part of the software that started this whole revolution of online poker. Yeah.
I'm a big poker player. So yeah, I've definitely probably played in some of his software.
Yeah. So he's like a poker OG. And we were just chatting one day, and we're like, all right, well, this thing is kind of cooked. Everyone and their mom has their own agent, and it's like super saturated. And we looked at each other and we were like, hey, well, I was getting really excited for Crimson Desert coming out, and I was just talking to him, and I was like, hey, what if we made like a weird prediction market video game kind of thing? And he was like, all right, tell me more. And so kind of morphed. And so have you ever seen Salty Bet?
It rings a bell, but I don't.
Okay. So Salty Bet is kind of where we started. Salty Bet is this, it like, I personally like to watch live streams. Like I watch, it relaxes me when I'm watching people that are streaming like Apex or something, because those games for me are just too intense. And Salty Bet is a social platform. They use this software called Ikemen Go. And what it does is it basically takes like all your favorite OG Capcom fighters and like all these different games and like very nostalgic players that are characters that you grew up with. And it just runs on a loop, and they fight, and you just bet with this fake money, and you're sitting there with like 2,000 other people, and you're just chatting. And it's like a really, really cool and like obscure kind of corner of the internet. And if you know, it's a lot of fun to just kind of hang out there and watch like, Vegeta fight Chun-Li. Like it's just like so I was watching that. Yeah, that's it. And if you click on that, like you should be able to click on the Salty Bet URL. Yeah, dude, this is it. And so it's just it's just random characters that are just fighting, and just the chat is, there's always someone in the chat, and you're not like wagering with real money. You sign in, you get salty bucks.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just kind of this fun, addicting thing, and you just watch these guys fight.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So we were looking at that, and then I was like, okay, so maybe there's something here. So we started building, and ultimately what we ended up on was a Pokemon-esque type of story with a couple like crazy components. So we basically built this linear JRPG that has AI agents that are monsters. You catch these monsters throughout gameplay. You battle these monsters. You level them up. And if you think about Pokemon and the progression through Pokemon, you go through the gyms, and then you unlock the next gym, and then you ultimately go back, and there's this like 30-ish hour game loop. What we did is we kind of mapped a very familiar feeling, aesthetics wise, but also this linear progression wise, where basically you're going through, you get your first AI agent, you level them up, then you ultimately end up in an arena. And the arena, each arena is like a sponsored prediction market arena. So the first arena, let's just say Polymarket, for example. So you battle, you get to level 10, and then you go in and you end up in the first arena. Once you beat the boss of that arena, you unlock the ability for your monsters to go and trade on the Polymarket books. Now, yeah, it's
wild.
Kind of it's like absurd, right? And we were just like, we have no idea if anyone's gonna like this, but it sounds cool. So why not? Let's try it. And what we did is we took all the tech that we had built from the end of last year for all that automated trading tech, and we're like, why don't we just use that and continue to kind of evolve this thing further? So the plan is sort of every segment of the story that we unlock in every new arena, which equates to like a new boss battle, which equates to like this story progression arc, is an integrated prediction market provider. So zone 1 is Polymarket. Zone 2 might be,
Kalshi or something.
Kalshi or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a couple big partnership announcements coming out in terms of like who are going to live in the arena. And we put out our demo a couple days ago, and people just love it. And so we were really nervous for a long time, and yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff. We also added an arcade. So we have an arcade where you can go in. If you open up the arcade, you can go in and you can play with Roar to earn Roar. And we have a full-blown gaming provider that partnered with us. Yeah, and then we also partnered with Las Vegas Advisor, which is the largest gaming publication, the largest gambling publication in the world. So they're the education provider that will live in the library that will basically teach people, hey, here's, here are what prediction markets are. Here's why you want to play prediction markets. Here's how to understand markets, that kind of thing.
Okay, there's some things to unpack here because this is fascinating. And like, I've been talking to a lot of different people who have been building around prediction markets because I think it makes a lot of sense, right? It has so much clear product market fit, and the way that like new innovations like that really continue to blow up are the apps that are built on top of it, right? The wrappers, the experiences, the tools, the guides, the tips, and all that stuff. So I think there's a whole world for things like gamified experiences there. I guess like let's jump back. I'm curious, what did it take to build the game platform, right? Like, was this vibe coded? Did you have experience building games before where you're like, okay, like we want to make these characters? Is it browser based? Like how are you kind of wrapping that all together? And I think we can maybe like jump into a demo a little bit later on, but kind of walk me through that.
Yeah. So I have experience building games. We essentially had our own game studio for a long time, and then I also have experience on the art side. A a lot of my experience was on the 3D side. So we did a lot of 3D rendering to capture like very, very high end copies of like the first FIFA trophy, right? Like actual physical stuff. Where it became a lot easier to pick up. So having learned a lot of the elements that go into 3D art production, it became much quicker for me, for Brett and I, really, to understand what it takes to go from like idea to 2D sprite.
Yeah.
Our sprites are not hand drawn, just to be fully transparent.
Yeah.
So we do generate them. We spend a lot of time on figuring out what we want and a lot of time iterating. And then we really, really like Seedream, like really, really like Seedream for generation. They get this like just the style of this JRPG thing that you want is just like unmatched. Nano Banana doesn't come close. In terms of the game, so the game development, so this is I do the game development. This is my first time using Phaser. I've used a ton of JavaScript libraries for game development on my own, etc. But setting up the infrastructure and setting up the like the baseline of what our game is. So obviously there's a human in the loop there. So I have to go in, I have to set this stuff up, but I spent a lot of time automating things. We have swarms that run that are, we've got like a Hermes worker on it for certain tasks. We've got an OpenClaw running. We are a very, very, very AI native team. Luckily, it's been able to keep us very lean. We do have some contractors that we like and have used for years. But if you look at all the game studios closing, a lot of it is just because like you have to hire so many people to do this.
Yeah.
And you can, it sucks because, that's not good for Web3 gaming. But you can greatly reduce the cost and still end up with a fun product today.
1000%. I mean, that thesis of using AI, having smaller teams and being able to build something that is economically viable or, much faster, much more cost efficient, is incredibly appealing. We're going to hear so many, hero stories and case studies of like 2-3 guys, making something incredible, with AI. So like, I mean, maybe whatever you're comfortable sharing there, like how big is the team? Did you guys raise money? Are you guys kind of self-funding it? I always like to try and get an understanding of that aspect. Also, is it true that you guys are on Base? Did I read that correctly? Or are you guys building on a certain chain or infra yet?
Yeah, so we're on Base. Brett and I self-funded the thing. It's been many years of experimenting. Team size is full-time as the two of us. We have people that kind of pop in and out. My wife is one of those people who helps. She's at a big layer 1 blockchain network, but helps us occasionally with things. So shout out to you. And then we just have friends that help us, man. Like, I don't know, just so many people that we've developed relationships over the years we've just talked to about this. And I was like, hey, this is kind of insane thing that I want to do. And they're like, dude, like whatever you need, let's try to figure out how to make it work. Awesome. And then so one thing that's super time consuming for us, and if anyone's building games right now, map art is a massive pain. So I spend like 6 hours before I came on the show. I was just like hand drawing trees in this software called Tiled to fix one of our maps. So stuff like that will offload to contractors and freelancers. But yeah, that's it. We're trying to build something fun with the resources that we have.
I love that. What's kind of like, you're in it, the first kind of demo just went live, I don't know, yesterday or a few days ago. What's kind of like the roadmap kind of like looking like? What's the idea behind this? Where would you like to go? I see there is a Roar token, so I want to talk about that a little bit later, but you're on Base. to get grants, to raise, to prove a concept, to start raising money, to monetize soon? Or are you in the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months of continuing to build it and sell? Like, what is this year? What does
Yeah.
2026 look like for Nico and Roarin?
Yeah. So I think Brett and I look at this. Number one, obviously, this is a business, right? Business needs to make money. We want to we want to get out of demo as soon as possible. We're no promises, which this might get clipped, but we're going to try to be out of demo and open up the first mainnet zone next week. So with that, there will be things in the game that you pay for, totally optional. It's not pay to play, it's free to play. And that's how we'll monetize the business. We also have the arcade functionality where people go in and can wager. So everything is really revolving around the token and the hope that people find, like, if people play this and it's fun, it's a win-win for everyone. If you look at prediction markets now, this is my personal thesis, but if you look at, like, why do exchanges want to onboard new projects? A lot of the time, exchanges want new projects because new projects bring new users to exchanges, which means more wallets and more people trading, right? Same thing for prediction markets. If you can find unique ways to bring users to prediction markets, it's a win-win for everyone. So we're focused on making sure that people are having fun. And if people have fun, we have fun, but we're super close to the product. If people have fun, I think additional opportunities are going to open up organically. We don't need additional funding right now. We'll keep self-funding it. And it's just like a labor of love for us.
I love that. That's awesome. I think that's like how some of the best projects have been incubated and created. And, if nothing else, like, it's just something that you have to do, right? Like, kind of for the love of the game. Pun intended, I guess. Cool. I wanted to go back. Sorry, let me try and like hold this in my head. So each character is an agent, and are they evolving by trading well on the prediction markets, or what is that kind of like? Take me through, like, you capture it and then it kind of evolves. I don't know if now would be a good time to jump into the demo, or like kind of what that looks like. But like, is it through their trading activity that they kind of level up and acquire stats and XP, or is it once they get to like the boss battle?
No, it's all of the above. Let me pull this out. So let me show
I'll pull this up.
Let me actually mute this tab because
I had the music going. It was good.
Oh, nice. Oh, is this my? Yeah, this is my screen. Cool. I forgot I was sharing. So let me grab an access.
And while you're doing that, actually, where does the name Roarin come from? I love it. I love the name. I love the branding. Roarin.ai, badass domain.
Yeah, it came over drinks. We were talking about, like, what do people do when they're like cheering at a sports event? If you're at a football game or like a hockey game or a basketball game, you're like roaring at the crowd. And then that was pre the video game. And then we were like, all right, well, we kind of like it, so it's just going to stick. And so the origin was a couple of us having a debate about what a group of fans do when they're watching a sports match and like betting on it. And
hear the crowd roar. I like it.
Exactly. So when you land on Roarin, so this is obviously just main landing page or marketing, all that stuff. You can kind of get a sense of what our creatures look like here. You'll see more in a sec in the game.
Is there a lore behind the characters, like kind of Pokemon-esque? Obviously, like, is there 150 of them? Did you come up with names, like AI, like come up with some cool stuff?
They all have names. They all have types. They all have market affinities as well. So certain monsters trade certain markets. Monster A might only trade the NBA, or we'll call it basketball type markets, right? Because basketball is running all over the world and people bet on everything all the time. Monster B might trade politics. Monster C might trade weather. So they have trait. They have market affinities. They also have battle traits, which map to loosely to elements, and then they all have names and evolution stages. And I'm not going to tell you how many there are because that's a secret.
Cool. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Oh, what was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask. I guess like, can you? Yeah, I mean, are there ways where you can help try and like tweak the agent, like, oh hey, here's the strategy, or here's this, or like, oh, this player's doing that? Like, are you able to customize and kind of do some stuff like that?
Yeah, so the monster has a base set of traits, and the stats on that trait are rolled when you encounter it or catch it. As you progress the monster throughout the game, you can increase those stats. And what those stats do, so if you look at a trading dashboard, there are a couple of things that you can tweak to make, like, determine the outcome of your trade if you're using like an automated tool, right? One of those things is, okay, well, what's my like edge threshold? So when you're running the algorithm, you're trying to detect for edge on a certain markets, and that's what you use to say, okay, I want to enter and place a bet on that market, or place a decision on an outcome. You can tweak that so that your monster can be slightly more aggressive, way more aggressive, and trade more frequently. So that's one of the levers. A second lever is you can also set, okay, I don't want to lose or win. Like, here are my parameters. If I lose more than $50 today, I don't want you to trade for me anymore. There's also a parameter that says, what is the bet size? There's a lot that you can tweak, is what I'm getting at. And so we wanted to like make those tools accessible in a fun and friendly way.
That's awesome. I love that. That's what I was hoping to hear, because like that's what you would want to see if you were going to play this game. You want to have that autonomy to a degree where you can try and get your edge and everything, and really gamify it while playing the game. So cool. Sorry, I didn't want to derail us too much, but that's cool.
All good. So what I'll do here is I'll show you, first I'll go into the arcade, and then we'll jump into the world. So Roarin is all web-based. For now, we're going to stay web-based. You can play it on your phone. I am getting a lot of reports of like fat fingering certain buttons on the phone. The way we've been working it, like, yeah, people are just in our Discord testing, and we gave out access codes, and they're just filing bug reports, and we're just crushing them every day. It's like been super good to have the community support.
That's awesome.
And help, really.
Where'd this community kind of come from? Was this like people from kind of your past, or have you been doing like grassroots kind of organic, marketing and people finding it, or what?
Yeah, we've been doing everything, man. Like anything and everything you can think of, we've been trying it. What's been going really well is just leading up to this demo for like the last couple of days, we've been slowly sharing it with people. People are like, oh, this is actually like, I actually like this. Let me go tell my friend about this. And then we've had a bunch of inbound coming in. So it's been awesome. Great. Yeah. Okay. So in the arcade, so if you're just a casual player and you want to come in and you're like, all right, I'm sick of playing the game. This is also accessible from in the game as well. You can come in and play a bunch of mini games.
Yeah,
so
nice.
We're going to seed 1,000 roars. So I'm going to come in and we're going to play, let's just play Smasher. We'll open up Smasher for a sec. And so Smasher will start. You'll select how much roar you want to spend. So we'll just do $1 right now. And then we'll go. All right. So like super casual, just come in.
Not Kobe.
Yeah. And so we have a bunch of a bunch of these fun games. A lot of people really, really like Laser Party. I'll just spend like 15 seconds here. I've been super addicted to Laser Party as well, but all you do is you just click. You're basically trying to survive. And so the grid gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
And you're just selecting squares and hoping that the laser doesn't come after you? Got it.
Exactly. And the higher you go, and right now this is just in demo mode, but the higher you go, you'll be able to spend your Roarin to participate in this, and you can earn a
Got it.
multiplier
Got it.
back.
Yeah, it's like one of those kind of pop the balloon, gotcha, get out before. Cool.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
So we're gonna exit that. Any
yeah,
questions on the
were these
arcade?
all vibe coded games that you guys made yourselves?
No, these are we actually have a partnership with a very large gaming provider that was gracious
Got
enough
it.
to experiment with this new Roaring platform and try to throw these
Cool.
in there.
I get the sense that you guys
Yeah.
have like really strong ties and partnerships that you're able to, really
Yes.
I don't know, leverage to, for lack of a better term, to uh I don't know, get things done, get distribution, or get the ball rolling. So that's really cool, because that's a lot of teams don't have that, and that's where they get stuck. And you know,
Yeah. It's also so yeah, we do have a bit of an advantage there, which we're a small team. It's good that we
mhm.
have that, but it's also good on our partners because this is such a weird
Yeah,
idea that you have to like really have a certain level of risk tolerance to be like, okay, I could like maybe it works, but we'll take
yeah,
a bet on it because these guys typically don't integrate. They like it takes a lot for them to let you use
yeah.
their software,
hmm
right? So we're very thankful for the partners that we do have. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking. Let's go in and then. So I'm gonna go in here. This tab. So okay. So now we're in the game world. If I were on mobile, this is like what I would see on mobile, and then on mobile you have an overlay with a very simple controller. Like you have a D-pad and B button. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start a new game. So this is Professor Roar.
Love it.
Okay. You're going in, you have this enter scene that's like, hey, welcome to Roarin. It explains to you what this is. I'm the professor. There's a bunch of creatures. We call our creatures
Mhm.
monsters. It gives you a little inbound
Send them
tutorial of
out into
like,
the
hey, what do you
markets.
do? Yeah.
Very cool.
And they're detecting the strange edges, all that stuff, right? And then, all right, so what's my name? So my name's going to be Nico. All right.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So what's my rival's name? Let's say Icy.
Oh no.
All right. So this is the antagonist of the game, like very
Yeah.
similar to Pokemon. Our goal here was like, okay, we're building for like, I don't know. I think a lot of the people that are going to play it are in like our age range and have been Pokemon players for
Mhm.
most of their life, or at least
Yeah.
played Pokemon. So then we drop in to the world. So this is the world view.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to have NPCs that come up. When you're in demo mode, we allocate everyone $1,000 worth of paper USDC, and that's what trades against the books. Okay, so just running through some of this cutscene right now. All right, so as we progress, we also for demo left a lot of this stuff on. So like our demo players and our testers have the ability to toggle encounters on and off. We did get a couple complaints that they were fighting too much. So like, all right. Okay. So in this scene, you're greeted by Professor Roar before you explore any of the map because you need to get a monster. And he's gonna offer to give you a monster right now. Okay, so you have three choices. Holdox, who plays MLB and NHL. Those are his affinities. You have Jaw, who can play the NBA and the NFL markets. And then you have Median, who is an MMA, basically like an MMA junkie. All right, so we're gonna select, let's say Holdox. So he's explaining to you. We're also told that this isn't clear enough, so we're reworking the onboarding. But hey, you need to fight these monsters, and then ultimately you need to deploy one of the monsters in the den. So now that I have a monster, okay, I'm gonna just open I see my whole docs. Okay. I'm going to cancel and then I'm going to exit and let's go walk in the grass.
Ooh.
All right. There's a new wild whole docs. Okay. So he's a level 5. I'm a level 5. He's a level 6. So let me see if I can fight him.
You got this. You got this.
Nope. He's gonna. Yeah. All right. So we're probably gonna die in this battle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to flee. All right. Yeah. Sure, gonna die. So let's try to. Yep. No. Okay. So as you can see, this is a demo, right? We want to like we're shipping every day. We're shipping multiple times per day, and some of the stuff like needs to be tweaked, but it's good enough. Hold on.
Shout out, Sam. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So basically, okay, you get knocked out, you come back, your monsters are healed. So I'm gonna turn the encounters off right now because I want to show you the rest of the map. Okay, so you got your little mini map down there. So we're just gonna explore. So the grassy areas, obviously, if you've ever played Pokemon,
I got the theme music. Like I've got the music in my head. Like I could hear it, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be like, dude, I'm a kid again, sitting there playing my Game Boy. All right, so this has been like the super positive feedback that we've been getting. People are just like, hey, I haven't played Pokemon since I was like a kid, and this is just it's so much fun. All right, so we're gonna go up. So I'm gonna take you up just so I can show you like the lay of the land of the map first. So in the demo, this grassy area up here called the forest is where there's a hidden boss fight here. There's a really, really strong monster that you should level up before you fight if you're playing the demo.
Alpha. Clip it. Kidding.
And then, okay, so this is our top zone. So this is the in-game version of the arcade. It's not hooked up yet, but it will live in here as like a pop where you can go in and play a mini game. So we built a casino. And because why not? I hand drew all this stuff too. By the way, is a massive pain. Yeah, it takes so much time. Like building the game logic you can do a lot of stuff with AI. But like this, like placing things on a map, you have to go in and you have to click like every single one of these squares. It's painful.
Well, first of all, I can just appreciate that because I mean, like when you're making something and it's your baby and like you care about every little detail, I mean, it's a labor of love, right? Because you're like, what did I sign up for? But at the same time, like, how cool is it going to be when it's done? Or like, we got to get it done. And I mean, I don't know, man. You're earning your gamer creds there in terms of doing that. So that's really cool lore.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's painful. I don't wish it on my worst enemy.
Well, I don't know, man. OpenAI dropped Image Gen 2 today. And
I saw your post.
It looks pretty impressive. So
yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you this. We didn't cover it, but basically, whoa, there we go. There's a nest component on the main website now, and the nest is where you go. You can get a monster and you can feed the monster. Maybe I'll show you at the end of this, but this is the in-game zone for the nest. We don't have it hooked up in game yet, but it does work on the site. And then we're moving this out of the demo as we're moving to the linear story progression. I know this looks like a 7-Eleven. This being like too close to the product and not realizing everyone that's in the demo right now is like, why is the Polymarket thing in the 7-Eleven? I was like, okay, like yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally thought that was a store. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things, you know. There's two of us. Like, give us a little.
Well, that's what demos are for and betas are for, right? To get that feedback.
Exactly.
And listen, dude, I mean, we're going to be in 7-Elevens, you know, playing the prediction markets. You know, we got Bitcoin ATMs. There will be Polymarket machines.
Yep, exactly. So you come in here and you have this quest system, which is in the top left, and basically like it walks you through all of these things to do. So you can pick your monster. I'm not going to be able to deploy this one because I need to have more than 2 monsters in my party, because when I deploy it, it goes and it's out on the market. And obviously you need a monster to protect you. So these are some of the things that are derived from the base configuration of the monster. So our guy, because he's so brand new, has base level stats. So there's loss limits, daily loss limits, max bet sizes, trading styles, and sort of the risk tolerance as well. We haven't published our Git book yet, but that's coming probably in the next day or so. And it details all of these parameters. And we've had these around since we had like the first trading tool we built. And then, okay, so my monster plays MLB and NHL markets, and I just want to send him out with $300. And I can't do it because I need 1 monster in my party. So we're going to exit this. We'll post a video and you can kind of see the full flow. We've got a lot of people who have like fully stocked their monster parties. So it's kind of crazy. So let me go home. Let me actually save my game really quick. And then let me go home and let me show you the nest.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
So my nest. Yeah. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to claim my whole docs. So I'm going to claim this guy, and there will be certain drops where in the game you can have like a limited claim, and we're not charging people for these claims, but you can get a special monster and there's a limited quantity of the monster, fun mechanics that we'll experiment with, and you go in the game and you pull them from the dispenser, and then boom, I got a whole docs. That's a visual bug, we need to fix that, but we're going to view my monster. And so you asked me, okay, how do you level the monster up? Well, number 1, you want to battle the monster, you want to win, that works. But number 2, as a token sink and just as an economic sink, you can actually come in and you can do this in the game and you can feed your monster. So I'm going to fast track this feeding. Let's feed him, let's say, I don't know, 1,500. So we're going to feed. So he's getting fed the tokens. He went from level 1 to 6.
Oh, damn.
And then do a Lockhorn. Cool. And then let's do it one more time. Okay, looks like there's a new evolution away. Let's do 15,000 this time. So we're going to feed. And you typically wouldn't do this in the game, but fun. Okay, so now we have like final form, Voltusk. So this is, I'll kind of like pause there. This is it. This is what we built.
That's cool. So now, okay, I in the screen, I can't really see the stats or whatnot, but like we've got conviction, patience, resilience, focus. Those stats, I guess, have been leveling up with those evolutions. And okay, I would love to see the like the poly market prediction market like kind of aspect, kind of like what that looks like, because I think that's like a core piece of it. I don't know if you have maybe a monster that you can bring to it, or when you have the demo or the video, that would be really cool to see, because that's like,
yeah, I'll share the video with you. It'd take like 5 minutes, 4 minutes right now.
Yeah. So let me ask, like, so this is really cool, right? Thank you for the demo, Nico, because this is really, really fun, and I think you've got the bones of something really cool. I guess, like, from your perspective, who is this for? Because I feel, and you know, my first impression, and you know, take it for the 2 cents that it's worth, I feel like there is a there's a little bit of a gap, because I love the Pokemon side, right? I love the world. Like, I'm drawn in, right? Like, I see it, I want to play that game. And there's the mechanic of the monsters being tied to trading market, poly market trading, prediction markets, which is very fun and unique and interesting. And the idea of like leveling them up is really cool. When we get to, I think, like their skills with the markets, and then like going and seeing like the arcades and the casino stuff, then it starts to become like a very adult, right? Very like degen culture. So you're kind of like, there's like a smashing of these two worlds where it's like fun kids Pokemon, and then degen casino gambling, or speculating markets, and that stuff. And I guess like, how are you guys thinking about that? Have you gotten any feedback on that? And is there, because I think it can work, but it has to be tied into a bit of the lore. Like I want to know when the professor, what was his name again? Professor
Roar.
Roar. Yeah. When Professor Roar is like telling me about the monsters, I want to, and it's like, oh, they have like their skills are like predicting on MMA or baseball. It's like cute creature collector predicting baseball
Degenerate
scores.
gambler. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that kind of I think it can work. There's a story and world where that can make sense, but it needs to be told and like cohesively tied together. I guess, how do you think about that? Is there any thoughts or like feedback along that?
Yeah. So the honest answer was we didn't think about that until a couple weeks ago when our first like friends and family group started testing this thing out.
Mhm.
Because there's it's two guys sitting here trying to just tinker around and build something
Yeah.
fun.
Get a prototype, right? Like, can
Yeah,
it
we're a
work?
prototype.
Can it
And we're
work?
like,
And is
I
it
don't know,
cool?
maybe like
Yeah.
we had no idea. And then we got that feedback from everyone. They're like,
Mm.
okay, this is cool, but I don't like, mind blown a little bit.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time. We actually talked with, so going back to like the resources that we fortunately have access to, we talked to a couple different people in the gaming industry and also in the gambling and professional gamblers, a couple ex WPT winners, and try to figure out like, number one, has anyone seen anything like this before? The answer was pretty much no. The closest kind of thing, it got referenced a couple times, was Zed Run.
Mhm.
And we ended up going back and taking everything that we learned from talking to these folks and really focusing it on that like story arc. Because right now in the demo, you just kind of land in this world and there's like a set of quests or like a set of journal entries, and they're not super cohesive. It's kind of jumpy. As you can see, the Polymarket thing is in 7-Eleven. So like, we spent a lot of that feedback time working out the quest and this like linear story arc that slowly introduces you to these things. So just like in Pokemon, when you get access to like the gaming center in Celadon City, like way later in the game, there's a build up to that. Like you have to go there to do a thing.
Yeah.
It's all story based.
Yeah.
And our story is adapted a bit to definitely be a bit more on the adult and degen side. Like instead of Team Rocket, right? We have a syndicate that kind of floats around. And they're like the syndicate that fixes Polymarket books. And there's an entire lore and story around it.
Yeah.
That's going to be our attempt at it. And,
Yeah.
We're small and nimble, so we can like adapt and move quickly and all that good stuff.
I like that. Can I give you my idea?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I think that I love the concept, and I think where I'm having trouble at first glance is I think it's too close to Pokemon in the monsters and the like the lore. So I think there's a really cool opportunity, and I don't think I can't connect my holodex like monster going to a baseball game and predicting the score or like trading that market, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's a really hard universe to blend, because like unless it's like, okay, we live in this world where you know these creatures exist and the regular world still goes on, and yeah, there's baseball games. um and also I think that the creature collector genre, especially in crypto, has been like kind of done to death.
Yeah.
So, but I also understand the amount of time and work that goes into a game and the world that you've built. And so to be sensitive to that, I wonder if there's an opportunity to kind of instead of doing Pokemon-esque like characters, you try and redesign that with like just new skins and make them like AI agents. And it's the same story of Pokemon, but it's the story told in 2026 where instead of creatures around the world, it's we have AI now, and there's these AI characters, and they don't look like, you know, the Squirtles and the Pikachus and the, you know, the Bulbasaurs and stuff. They look like these robots, you know, these
Yeah.
like robot agents, and they're kind of like futuristic or whatnot, and they can still be in that Pokemon pixelated kind of world and that art style, but they're like these futuristic robotic agents. And maybe there's some, you know, world catastrophe where you're stuck, you know, the agents are too powerful, and so like society contained them onto this island or this, like, you know, this Australia, right, or it's this country but it's surrounded by water, whatever. And to get out, like to try and break out, they have to try and make money, right? So these agents, like the only way that they can make money is through this prediction market, polymarket thing that they somehow terminal access router to. And so like you, and yeah, I don't know, maybe, you know, you land on this planet as well and you're like, I got to get out of here, man. Like, what am I doing here, dude? You know, like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore. So you have to like collect these creatures that can go make money outside in the real world through these markets and level up that way. And you're trying to escape, and maybe there's a way to make it like more friendly and cute, or more optimistic as in a way. But that, like, okay, I have to collect these agents, I have to train them. The only way that I can make money is through this market, through this portal. Okay, like that's a quest, an adventure that I can like go on, and it there's no suspension of disbelief of like, what is this, you know?
Yeah, that's the fact. So there's a couple things. Number one, the fact that it's got you thinking like this means like, okay, I instills some degree of confidence in me that we built something that like, okay, maybe it could work.
Yeah.
Number two, I like that like it's kind of almost like a weird Factorio like layer on top
Yeah.
of I love Factorio.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I dig it. It's kind of funny. We had an exchange with AI XBT, and we built like a weird AI XBT robotic monster kind of thing. So we've already kind of started poking around with that, and I put it in the game, and I was like, whoa, that actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's enough of a pivot that can be interesting, right? It's like the new age. Like we don't have, you know, listen, I would love to have, you know, Pokemon roaming around outside. Pokemon Go was like the closest thing to it. But like, you know, we're gonna have this world of AI agents, and so this is an AI agent game, right? And it's a, you know, agent collector style game, and you know, but there's this whole making money and trading component where it's like, okay, like yeah, I want that agent, I want to collect that you know monster, you know, the agentic monster, because you know it's going to be really good at, you know, like this event. And I mean, yeah, like it pairs well with the poly market prediction markets because, you know, the World Cup is coming up, right? Exactly. So like you're gonna want a, you know, a soccer or, you know, football style agent, you know, that can trade that market really well because there's going to be a lot of liquidity. So you're on this like natural quest, so it pairs well with like the real world. And I don't know, there's some cool stuff there.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm having a ton of fun. We're having a ton of fun.
Nico, you've been really great with your time, man. I want to ask about the Roar token. How does that, we looked at the nest a little bit, but was there any other kind of ideas or stuff with the token? You're a smart guy. You've been in the space for a long time. You've seen everything there is to see, all the ups and downs with crypto, with projects, with Web3 gaming. I guess, like, how is Roarin gonna be different? How are you gonna, how do you guys think that you'll succeed where others, haven't been able to? How are you designing the game with the token and all that to make money, to come out, like, how are you looking at the space like that?
Yeah, I think the only way, so there are a couple things that we spent a ton of time on, design wise. So number one, when feeding, right? Most people will not feed. Most people go in and grind it out, and that's totally fine. Should be free to play. But there will be some power users who will go in and feed, and they will go in and they will spend, $100 or whatever that amount equates to feed their monster and get ahead faster. It's the nature of gaming. It happens in Web2 games as well. The models that we studied prior to this is when an activity like this, like when you're not, staking isn't the right word, but when you're feeding your tokens in exchange for progression and you can get those tokens back, it's problematic because you can then create a game, a bank run, and cause cascading effects that imply that have bad implications for the tokens. So we're not going to do that. We're going to burn all the tokens. Luckily, we launched through Virtuals, so we got a lot of good stuff out of the box. And shout out to the Virtuals team because they've been awesome.
Yeah, they're great. We had Celeste she's a core contributor at Virtuals, and Don Johnson. I freaking love that guy. I saw him at GDC last month, and yeah, Virtuals is incredible.
Yeah, they're great. So we're gonna burn that stuff. For the utility of the token, you're going to need and want items in the game to continue to play the game. You're never going to get in a point where you're like soft locked out of the game. But if you want to go buy a bunch of potions so you can take on a super strong boss, right? Gonna need to spend some tokens. Tokens gonna get burned, right? Eventually, those levels will get tweaked so that we can start to distribute the tokens as more players come onto the platform and sort of recirculate them in the economy. And then the same thing with the arcade. So we want everything to really flow and funnel through the token, and then just having tight controls on the events that actually impact the token, and not like, really do not want this to turn into a play to earn game, because that is not what this is.
Yeah.
And I would be very sad if all of our hard work kind of went in and it ended up as like a play to earn game. I also think there's a lot of like outside monetary opportunity for us if we can develop a meaningful user base and point them at prediction markets. That's what prediction markets need. They need things to be built on top of them and acquire more users.
Yeah, I guess, like, how do you think about that then? Because is this for people who are using prediction markets, or is this for people that are playing games in
top of funnel games? It's not like, I don't know, but pick a very loud trader on X, right? They're not going to come in and abandon their tools and their dashboards and come launch a monster.
Right.
It's for the people that don't use prediction markets yet.
Got it. Interesting. And then, yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like simulating that experience, introducing them to it. Oh, wow. That's cool and interesting. And then, like, oh, you could go do it for real, like.
So like, think about it like this. Prediction markets now, unless you're on X and, like, deeply spending time there.
Yeah.
It's just you, a screen, and a button.
Yeah.
And if you look at the volume that's going through prediction markets versus traditional sports books, there's still a large discrepancy, and a large part of that has to do with the fact that prediction markets are very isolated.
Mm-hmm.
In contrast, look at the local sports book, right? Or your actual local sports book. You go down there, you place a bet, you can go and be around a bunch of people that are fans of the sport that are doing the same thing and actually enjoy sports.
Right.
And what it does is it turns this type of activity and going into prediction markets and you like actually learning how to use the thing, it turns it into a social experience. Same thing with gaming too. If you can create a social layer for and a social layer could mean many different things. So I don't want to get crucified for this, but I kind of think of this as a social layer. If you can add a social layer to this activity that is inherently isolated,
yeah,
it just increases the surface area for more people to see and interact with the thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I guess so that makes a ton of sense on the prediction market side. How do you think about it, or how do you think about on the gaming side, go to market there, kind of like advertising this, getting it in front of people? That's always a hard part, right? Like, is it a Twitter strategy? Is it a TikTok strategy? Is it through your partners and leveraging distribution? What does that look like? And I guess like it's an important question to ask, because the people that would see our interview and like check out the project, like people are always looking for, the bull case thesis for like, well, okay, I want to get involved in this because this could go well.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a large and not active, although will be active very soon, Instagram following. Very like pretty significant.
Nice.
We look at traditional Web 2 distribution angles. So we have a couple Web 2 partners that are working on the TikTok, the Instagram, those channels that are less crypto native. In addition to that, we're working with a couple agencies that are friendly to us, again leveraging the relationships that will get our games being streamed by streamers. So a lot of Latin America streamers, a lot of North American streamers, heavy leaning on that. Again, like earlier in the convo, I said we're trying anything and everything. We're really trying anything and everything.
Respect. No, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time, man. Super cool to see. Super cool to learn more. So what are the next steps? I know you said, you don't want to get held to it. Don't clip it, but there's trying to get, some things out over the next few weeks. What is, and without committing to dates, but like, what are the next phases that people should look forward to, that if they want to get involved, they can get involved? There's access codes right now to get in. So is it joining the Discord, hitting you up on Twitter if people want to get to be a part of it?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to take, I'm probably going to take, I will take the access code off. We'll take the access code off tomorrow and open it up widely. If you want to get in today, just hit us up in Discord. We're hanging out there. We're going to have a really meaningful partnership announcement here in a couple days. Next week, the first sort of partnership zone, the first official partnership zone in Questline will open up.
Very cool.
That will happen next week. Yeah, that's it. I mean, just
I can only imagine, like my brain is like spinning, like, because there could be some really cool, things, right? Like, I'll just pick, I don't know, the Coinbase zone, right? Like, and then there's all sorts of like the partner integration aspects, especially in something like this, could be really awesome. And, I'm rooting for you guys, obviously. I guess we've seen it, like, there's been times where maybe it doesn't work, or maybe if it can like,
Sandbox, Decentraland.
Yeah. It doesn't go the right way, but like, I don't know, man, just because it didn't work once or whatnot, I think the concept makes a ton of sense. So rooting for that. Real quick, got to shout out GH Rocks in the comments saying, are you thinking about staying within the crypto ecosystem, or are you going to go Web 2 players looking for a broader audience? I think you kind of spoke to that, but I don't know if you want to add on anything.
Yeah. Focus on fun, focus on everyone.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. That's why we onboarded one last thought. That's why we onboarded like a giant Web2 education provider, because
Yeah,
they know how to speak the non-degen, like, I mean, it's degenerate still, but
yeah,
like they know how to speak to an audience that's not crypto first, which is
yeah.
good.
I love that, man. Well, when all that stuff goes live, be sure to send me the tweets and everything. I'll
Yeah,
be
for
happy to
sure.
support and try and get that out there. We'll have some clips for you. So when that goes, that'll kind of help. And yeah, when it blows up, man, and you guys are big time, dude, I want to have you guys back on the show. And anything that I can do to support you guys, throughout, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having us on. It was a great
Yeah.
chat.
Nico, I'm gonna drop you and then I'll close out the stream. But like, DM me anytime if you need anything. And really, thank you for coming on. Thank you for the demo. Thank you for building a cool game, dude. Like we need some wins and we need some like fresh blood, fresh energy, So it was cool to see something so unique.
Yeah, thanks, man. Some good validation. So thanks for having us on.
Cool. All right, Nico, let you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was Nico. That was Roarin. Thank you, everyone in the comments, in the audience. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone on Blaze, my guy. Oh, Gunny with the raid. My apologies, my guy. I apologize. I pulled up the chat. The chat wasn't going for a little while. CG with the 50 votes. Man, I feel so bad that I missed this, guys. I apologize. Faux dub in the building. Gunny with the 3,000 person raid, my guy. Faux dub with the backstage votes, no runts, appreciate you. And of course, we got that beautiful VIP badge on Spike over there. I got to get, you know what? That reminds me. Thank you guys for the reminder. I got to get the Blaze chat onto the stream. Chloe in the building on Twitch. You'll love to see it. Hope that you are well. Hope you are well. Spike with the love. I appreciate you, man. Spike, CG. I think I need like a big Blaze neon sign back here. You know how the streamers get the neon signs back there? I think I need the Blaze logo up in neon lights. I don't like this like officey background. Guys, if you have not seen Roarin', I'm impressed. That was very interesting. Very interesting. I think that they're cooking. I think it's a little early. I do think it's a tad bit early. Just because it's still being fleshed out. They're an early demo, but I think that I loved my idea. I don't know if they'll go with it. I don't know what it would take to kind of redo all their characters. I mean, that's the last thing that you probably want to hear, but I think I think it would be cool. It's Pokemon, but the monsters are AI agents and it's futuristic. And it's like the same kind of storyline and quest book as Pokemon, but it's like integrated into the world of AI agents and prediction markets, and it's futuristic and it's relevant. I think that there's something there. Could be really cool. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to check out Roarin' on Twitter. Let's zoom in there. The game layer for prediction markets, Roarin_AI, prediction market monsters, an RPG where AI agents battle, evolve, and trade. Our guest today was Nico H Builds, that handsome lad right there with quite the background. Today's episode was brought to you by YGG Play and all of our partners like Blaze_stream, Blaze streaming. We got a nice lineup of interviews this week. Tomorrow, we are interviewing Uncle Funk from OSP and Citadel, talking about the game that he's been building. I'm really looking forward to that conversation. Big shout out to Sinjin. He was giving Uncle Funk his flowers the other day, and I'm like, I'm interviewing him this week. Let's go. Then on Thursday, we're going to talk to Sir Matthew Buxton, the handsome lad from Warp Chain, to get updated on them, man. They got their token, they got their nodes, they got their game publishing. Matthew Buxton is very outspoken on the space. He's got a lot to say, and I want to hear all of it. Then on Friday, ooh, Spike, I don't know what you're doing on Friday, brother, but I need you here. I need you here for the Blaze Creator Poker Tournament, dude. $250 going up for grabs. We're bringing it back, dude. I'm so excited. I have this vision, guys, of everybody on Blaze just streaming the poker tournament. And it's just like boom, 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 poker table, poker table, poker table. Like it's a takeover. I want to do a Blaze stream homepage takeover. Just imagine. Oh, let's pull it up. Oh, we're on the home screen. Look at that. Imagine this screen just scrolling and just seeing poker table, poker table, poker table. You guys want some alpha? Let me give you some alpha. Hold on. Let me go back to sharing this tab. Let me show you guys some sick stuff. Let me show you what I got planned. This is going to be exciting. Let me show you poker now. Go to my tournaments. Okay, I'll show you guys the back end. So this is the back end of Poker Now. I can go view tournament, and I can edit the tournament, and you can choose a theme. Look at this. You can set the table. Imagine every poker table that everyone plays on is like Blaze branding, and then the cards have Blaze branding on them. And then I can even select, I can edit this. Let's see, I can add an image. Where was the Blaze logo? We'll do it like this. So I can add this image here. Oh, look at that. Imagine playing poker on that table. That's sick. So I'm so excited. I think Friday is going to be sick. It should be a good time. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the stream. Whoa, what the heck? I don't know why that happened. Okay. That is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out. Thank you, CG. Thank you, Fodub. Thank you, Gunny, for the raid. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. for the interview with Uncle Funk, who is live every day on Blaze, by the way. The Uncle Funk Daily Show is really cool. My name is Icy Gaming. This has been Gaming Daily Live. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.